This is the guitar lesson for Cat Stevens' Peace Train from GuitarMadeEZ.com. The easiest way to learn this song is for me to just basically play through it and tell you what I'm doing. Alright, so this is how I play the intro of the song. I use double stops and I go. What was I doing there? All I did was I had my pointer finger on the first fret, B string, my middle finger on the second fret, D string. I mute the G string in the middle, that doesn't ring, and this is the first chord. Alright? The next, I guess we can't really call it a chord, we'll call it a strum, okay? So, first strum, then I take my middle finger and I move that to the third fret on the D string. Ring finger goes on the third fret on the B string, second strum. Now we move this shape up to the fifth fret. And now we backtrack, we go all the way down what we just came up. So, now it gets a little bit easier. We go F, C, F, I mute with the down up, and then I go F, G, A minor, and then I take my pinky and I put that on the third fret, B string, do 2 upstrokes, and then I take it off and I do a third upstroke, and then I go F, what? That's right, F, G, F. Not bad, okay? So I'll play through it really slowly so you can see it one more time. I also do a slide from the third fret to the fifth with those double stops. Then I go all the way back down, and then notice my strumming pattern is just down, up, down, up, down, up, okay? Sometimes I mute it, and sometimes I don't, but for the most part, your hand's just gonna be going up and down, hitting the chords. One more thing I want to show you for the intro is, you probably realize that I broke up the lead. There's 2 guitars in this song. There's a lead guitar, and then there's also a rhythm guitar. I believe Cat Stevens is on the rhythm strumming along. So what they do in the intro, this is the lead, in case you're interested, is this. So we have the double stops, and then we go back down. This next part goes. It's basically an F triad right there. So pointer finger on the second fret, G string, and then I bar the B and the E string with my pointer finger. This is my middle finger right here, I'm sorry. So we go. And then I take these 2 fingers, I put my pinky on the third fret E, my ring finger on the third fret G, and I leave my pointer finger barred so it hits that first fret B string. And then I slide up to the 5th fret with that shape. I go. And I make a D shape. It's actually an F chord now. That's an F triad. And another spot on the guitar. So I slide up. And then I do this. I go. So it's double stops from there on out. So once we get to that F triad, once again, then we go. These double stop shapes, once again, this is really easy. You just don't play that B string, but I'm on the 5th fret with my pointer finger on the G string and my middle finger on the E string. So now I'm on the 7th fret, and now I do, it's almost like a C triad shape. However, I'm not playing that B string like I didn't before. Okay, so I go, and then strum through it once, and then I put my ring finger on the 10th fret, and then I take it off, and now, let's see, 10th fret, and then I go actually back down to the 7th, and then I go 5, 7, 5. Okay, so this is how I play the verse of the song. Looks kind of familiar to what I played before, right? The verse is very similar to the intro. Instead of using the double stops, for that part, we go C, G, C, and I played my C and my G a little bit differently. I made a C and then I took my pinky and I put that on the 3rd fret E string right here, okay? So my C sounds like, you can hear that it's a G note in there, okay? So you can hear that. And then for the G, I take my pointer finger off and I move these two guys down to the A string and the E string, okay? So, and then back to C. So it sounds like this. And now everything I'm going to play from here on out is just going to be like the intro. So we have the F, C, F, then F, G, A minor, F, G, F. Okay, so we go. And that's the verse of the song. Now there's a couple lines of the verse where he plays, I guess you could say, the intro again. So it goes like, and then we go into, and then it goes like, I think the lyrics are, peace train, holy runner, everyone on the peace train. Now there's a couple other parts in the song. There's one line of the chorus where I think Cat Stevens says, thinking about the world as it is. And the beginning part of that line in the verse is a little bit different. All he does is he stays on C. So he goes, I've been thinking lately. And then he goes, thinking about the world as it is. And then he stops. And then he goes, why must we? So for the most part, every line of the verse follows a very similar pattern. C, G, C, F, C, F, then F, G, A minor, F, G, F. As the song goes on, there's another part I want to show you, and this is how I play. You'll be able to recognize it once you hear it. So it goes. And then it goes, whoop. Now let's talk about that for a second. So instead of going to C, back to C, I'd go F, G. You kind of repeat the F, G, A minor part a second time, and that takes you into the. And now this part's a little bit different. What we do here is I take my pinky and I put that on the B string at the 5th fret. I take my ring finger and I put that on the 5th fret at the D string. Then I want to put my pointer finger on the 3rd fret E string, and I have this chord. Now the G string's not really ringing, okay? I guess you can let it ring. You can either not let it ring or you can. Let's let it ring, okay? It's easier that way. So we go. And we slide this down to the 1st and the 3rd fret. So we slide that same shape down to the 1st and 3rd. So I go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's it. Down, up, down, and on the upstroke, I go down to the 1st and 3rd fret. And now I do a C. I do that same shape up here at the 8th and 10th fret down to the 6th and 8th. So I go, and then I make a C shape. It actually gives me an F chord right here, but it looks like this. Okay, so, and then see that F triad? Put my ring finger on the 7th fret D string, and I have a D shape right there. So that's your F triad right there. So, and then back to our F, G, A minor. So. Now, my absolute favorite part of this song, in fact, this is probably my absolute favorite song outro. This and Bob Marley's No Woman, No Cry, the keyboard and guitar outro in that song I think is phenomenal. But this is an amazing guitar outro. You gotta learn, and I can't stand it because the radio always cuts it off. You never hear it, and it's just brilliant, okay? So if you have the CD or the album or the original track, you gotta listen to it if you don't know what I'm talking about. And this is how you play that part, okay? It's made for two guitars play it. I've simplified it for one, so hopefully it gives you that same feel. So at the last chorus, I guess you'd call it, we go. Then we go to F, and we just strum F. I just have an F chord, I'm just strumming it. At this part in the song, I think there's like strings that come in. There's like an entire orchestra. It's kind of different. It makes it really cool though. Okay, so I just keep on strumming F. And now what I do here is I take my middle finger and I take it on and off the string. So I go. And I go. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And now I go into this. So we go C, G, F, G, C. The strumming pattern for that was down, 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 down. And now here's the fun part, okay? So we go. There was I made it's like an A sus2 chord. I just take my middle finger, put that on the 2nd fret D string, my ring finger on the 2nd fret G string, and I go. So I basically arpeggiate all those strings. I leave the B string out though, I don't hit that string, so I go. Then I make an E minor, strum through it once. And then I do a little walk down of a scale, I go. So open E, 3rd fret B, 1st fret B, open B, then I do 2nd fret G, open G, and then I do an F and I go. So I make this F chord right here, and I take my middle finger on, off, on, off, on, off, and then I go to C, okay? So it sounds like. Just an amazing closing to your song, so remember to keep that in there. Mess around with it, have fun with it. I hope you guys have really liked this lesson. Please subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, also add me on Google+. And if you haven't already, get a ton of free crap I'm just going to give you. I'm crazy, I'm just giving it away. So go to mysecretguitartips.com, download my top secret guitar tips absolutely free. That's my gift to you. And if you'd like me to teach you how to play guitar, please go to teachmeguitar.GuitarMadeEZ.com and I'll show you how. Alright guys, I will see you on the next guitar lesson. Thanks.